over here.
Hello, hello, hello. It's Uncle Grumpy. I'm here with Norma Sapp. Hello, Norma. Where I'm already taking advantage of the fact that I live in the city and people can just come over. I love that. So it's not a 2-hour drive to come see me. So what have you been out doing today?
Went through Norman and then found a shortcut to come over here.
Yeah.
I bet I know a shortcut from my house to your house.
Do you?
I bet I do.
I bet you do. I don't know shortcuts around here.
I'll tell you all about it.
I figured out, though, that all the stores are just 3 miles up the road.
All right.
I have not lived this close to a store in 20 years.
How far were you?
Well, the other house over by Muskogee is 10 miles
10.
to anything.
That's usual
So,
for out in the country, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's just to like Dollar General or something. You know, the grocery store is 15 or 20.
When I first moved out to the country, it was, 25 miles into town to go to the store. So I'm happy to have one 2 miles from my house.
So let's talk about yesterday.
Let's do.
For those that missed it, yesterday we were at the health department for the rally, basically about everything.
Yes.
About the overreach.
We kept piling it on and remembering more, yes.
The overreach of government at this point. So tell me what you thought of the event.
Absolutely killer that 100 people got out in kind of the middle of the day. I know it was late in the afternoon, but they came out, drove from all over the state.
Yeah, a lot of people drove a couple, 3-4 hours.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that was great, and everybody's enthusiasm was great. And I really had a good time, even though we were there for serious action, you know.
I was surprised that many people showed up. I was blown away. I said that. I thought maybe it would be like it usually is, where, the 25 of the most common people that show up at these things would show up and it'd just be all the same people again. But this was just over 100 of, darn it, this is not working. Oh, well, this was just over 100 of not just the ones who show up at everything, but I mean, people I haven't seen since last summer.
The two girls that were sitting with us at that table, I think that was their first. Dondi Cobb and
Cindy Keaton.
Keaton, yes.
Yes.
I think that was their first thing. I know it was Dondi's.
They both used to come to the Capitol. I know they went to the Capitol last summer.
Maybe she meant it was her first protest. Maybe. Could be.
Maybe. I think it was the first protest for a lot of people.
It was, yes.
It was our second one this month.
That's what I say. It wasn't outdoors where it was hot. We had lots of shade.
The weather wasn't bad at all. Yeah, it's nice to be able to protest without suffering while you're doing it.
Right.
So I thought that the way the health department handled us being there was ridiculous. And what I mean by that was the people that we wanted to speak to and the people in charge.
They were protecting them, weren't they?
They just wouldn't have anything to do with us. They left it. They put it all on the backs of security, of the head of security, just to talk with us. And he didn't act like the head of security. I just know that's who he is. So I've met him before when we were there last year. So, somebody we wanted to talk to should have addressed us.
Why not? How easy is that? You get out of your desk for a while, you know? I don't know. It's like we are bound and determined to do these things, and now we get it that you don't like it, and get the hell out of our way because we're going to do it anyway.
So we've got to figure out what to do next, and Ron and I talked about this a little bit yesterday. At this point, it's looking like a petition. I don't really see a choice. The question then becomes, what petition? And I see 3 options: full access, which would be anyone over either 18 or 21. I say 18 because if you can join the military, you certainly ought to be able to make your own medical choices, because you're making a life and death choice there. So say 18 and above would be able to buy it. It'd be a higher tax rate. Possibly along with that, we could put in something that would get rid of the some of the taxes on the medical.
Yes,
so we
I
get
like
those
that.
lowered. Dina, hey, quit that, okay? Or there's decriminalization, which is something a lot of people are talking about in the background. You were talking about this earlier. Some have put out a little teaser about a petition to do that.
Mm-hmm.
A teaser doesn't tell us if it works or not, unfortunately. We need more than a teaser.
Yeah. Well, I would, of course, like to read the whole thing, but is there another state that has just decriminalized?
Yeah. No. Well, didn't New York do that recently? I think New York may have done
City,
that recently.
right?
No, I think
The whole state decriminalized?
I think.
Okay.
We'll have to look that up.
I'd like to see how successful that would be.
I mean, that's what we need to look into when
That
we
sounds
figure
so
out.
simple.
Yeah, when deciding what
No
kind
more
of
criminal
petition
penalties,
needs-
period.
It sounds simple, but would it be?
I don't know.
Is it possible to pass?
The teaser said repeal all statutes having to do with cannabis. And would that pass? You know, the whole question, I've asked that since the beginning. Would it pass? Because I've seen lots of patients that say, no, I don't want full access. And especially the dispensary owners, for some reason, do not want it. But I don't understand that either. Maybe because they're just so dedicated to helping with medical reasons, but they're thinking it'll hurt their business for some reason. I don't know. Doesn't seem like it would.
I think it would give them more business.
I would think.
Because I mean, it would be a matter of just a second register. We wouldn't need a whole new store to sell recreational. But anyway, the third option would be a constitutional amendment for medical. Basically, what 788 intended, but didn't, unfortunately, didn't take out of the hands of the people who've done this to it. So that's, I think one thing that might need to happen is we need to remove this from control of the OMMA, because that's just the front for the health department.
I think we should, just to show them we are the boss. We're paying their paycheck. We, the people of Oklahoma, have spent, how much did you say, $50 million or something?
I don't
A
remember.
lot.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot.
And so they should respect us.
You would
and
think
work
that,
with us.
but the thing is, and I argue this all the time, everybody thinks that just because 57% voted for this, and just because we've spent all this money, that they're going to listen to us. The fact is they didn't want this to begin with. We're fighting the same people who were in the no crowd before we passed, or right after we passed this. The same people who were pushing for no flower. The same people are pulling the strings here. So, we may have to take it out of their control, because despite the fact that they should listen to us because we did this, that, or the other, they won't. What blows me away is we passed this with 57%, as I've heard so much lately, and they need to listen to us. But yet at the same time that we passed this, we put more Republicans in control. Now, I'm not knocking the Republicans. I know a great deal of the people watching here are Republicans. But these Republicans are the ones that are doing this to the program. So, other than a few here or there, the Republicans are the ones who are, as we found out at the Cleveland County meeting, that are demanding more regulations, demanding more taxes.
And yet, read their platform.
It's
smaller government, less regulations.
But that's not what they're calling for. So so the idea that we should just demand anything doesn't hold water, because of what we've done to ourselves. We keep shooting ourselves in the foot and then complaining our toes hurt. We can't pass medical marijuana of any kind in a state like Oklahoma and then put more Republicans in charge and expect any sort of freedoms at all.
Are you talking about an insurrection?
Well, look, it is beyond the pale what they're doing to this program, but it is also exactly what we should have expected, knowing who is in charge, knowing who we voted for, who we put in charge. I left the Republican Party right before the last election, the last day you could change parties, kind of as a statement, and we were supporting Chris Powell and and I actually thought I might go back to the Republican Party someday. I may want to run for office.
That's what I was thinking too. Yes.
But
I don't know if I
how
will.
can I?
Yeah.
When every encounter I now have with this Republican Party tells me how they want to regulate this industry, how they want to shut this thing down, how they're okay with the taxes because it's recreational anyway.
Well,
I'm so tired of hearing that.
Don't lump them all together, please.
Well, like I said, there's a
We
few
have
that
friends.
are. Of course, there's enough that we have the program going. Okay, but while they're helping us, they're working beside people who are undermining what they're doing and what we're trying to do.
Okay, so this is what I think that the ones that weren't happy about it are seeing. They're getting on Facebook and they see the gatherings and happy faces and the clothing. Maybe they don't like the clothing or our culture, you know.
Yeah, they definitely don't like the culture.
Well, okay, but I challenge you, all of you that dislike this, to come with us to the patient drive and see the sick people that we're serving and find out from the dispensaries, like the story you just told me about the lady that came in the first time with a walker and now she doesn't need a walker. And so please come and see who the real people are. The other, 180,000 people, not more than that, 190,000.
Yeah, not the
Yeah.
20 or 30 people that
Right.
get a lot of attention on Facebook.
Right, exactly.
Doing what is helping their community. Okay,
Right.
I'm not here. We don't want to knock everybody, but yeah, they are unfortunately watching the loudest among us.
Sure.
And that's where they're deciding this is not medical.
Yeah, they're
So-
taking the wrong impression because those other people, you know, like the 98-year-old that I signed up last Friday, she's not going to be on Facebook talking about it,
No,
you know?
no.
So this lady, I'm so proud of her. She's been an activist all her life, her and her husband. And now in her golden years, she's relaxing, boy. It was pretty cool.
Well, let's see. What else are we going to talk about? I could rant about these guys all day.
I want to talk about the guy, initials PT, if that tells you anything.
We don't need, didn't even need to
Okay,
go
I
that
won't say
far,
his name, but he made an official website. If you see it, or not a website, but a Facebook page, that he's doing a protest or something, whatever, in front of an official's house, a state official's house.
Yeah,
He invited everybody to dinner on Fridays. Yes, and made an appointment for that. Yes.
We will have no part in anything remotely
Absolutely
like
not.
that. We're not going to personally attack these people.
He's from
not like
Tulsa
that.
anyway,
So ignore that.
Yes.
If you see that. So
yeah, he's not coming. And before he gets very far, Tulsa's PD will probably catch him by the coat.
he hasn't been out that long.
I
has
know.
I guess
He didn't
was-
learn his lesson last time.
Maybe it was warmer in there or cooler. I don't know. Did they have air conditioning? I don't know.
I don't know.
There was something he was missing. I don't know. A friend? Maybe he had a friend in there. I don't know. I don't think he has any out here.
Yeah, there you
Just
go.
a hunch. But anyway, let's all ignore that. So,
Yep.
um,
And Grumpy's house. It's really cool. The backyard has a huge deck out there. What kind of parties can we arrange here?
we
need to do something.
We will have some nice dinner parties here when I get the rest of it furnished. As you can see, the wall is just screaming, do something. So
Yep.
well, I'm working on all that. It's gonna
Big
take a little
map
time.
is what he said he was going to put up here.
Yeah, I'm going to put a map of Oklahoma, I think, behind me, plus some banners and some other stuff. You know, maybe just a green screen, and it can all be done from the computer. A friend in the community is going to come over and help with the camera setup and stuff like that. He does some pretty good stuff with just his phone. So
It doesn't sound so hollow in here like it did the first time you did a video.
yeah, it'll get better once I get some more furniture in here.
Guess what the first
So,
room was
right.
he showed me? The kitchen. It loves the kitchen.
Well, that's because I cook. I cook breakfast every morning and dinner.
A real cook could arrange a whole party in there.
Yeah.
That's a nice kitchen.
That's
Yeah.
that was the first thing I saw in the house, and I said, "That's it. I'll take it. I'll take it." It has my kitchen. So, all right. So I'm going to call Ron Durbin here in a little while. We need to talk to him later. Thinking maybe, Ron, if you're watching, you should perhaps come on the show this weekend. If you're not in the city, we can do it over that app that we use. And we need to talk about a few things about what to do by Monday. As far as, is it time to file a lawsuit? Is it time to, what's next?
I think that's what he indicated. I don't know if it'll be Monday, but yeah, I mean, what is next?
Yeah.
Maybe the conversation that David Van had yesterday on the Turnpike Split will have some effect and we won't have to go that far. I was thinking you and I need to make an appointment, maybe just go up to the governor's office and ask if we can't get in.
It's a good idea. We can do that next week. So David Van spoke to the attorney or the deputy.
No, what is it?
What is it? Lieutenant Governor.
Lieutenant Governor, yes.
Governor. One of those guys.
Right.
Second guy.
Matt Pinnell.
Yeah.
Right. So they're, I guess, old friends. And they talked about, David made sure he knew what happened yesterday and what's been happening with the program. So hopefully Matt will talk to the governor and explain things. And I wrote the governor this morning just a quick email to say, who is Mr. Cox? What does he know about cannabis? Why did you do this? And I want to know the answer.
Who's Cox? Is he the one?
Is it Doug Cox?
The one who's put in charge of the health department now?
Yeah.
Is he the new health department guy?
I thought it was to replace the guy that left yesterday.
Tom Bates.
Tom Bates.
Right.
So is he just the director of the overall health department?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We still have Adrian Rollins.
Rollins, yes. She's over the OMMA.
OMMA.
Oh, okay.
Right. But what's the difference?
I don't know.
I mean, I could see the health
I
department
want to know, does he
more.
have a reason for appointing him? Seriously, if you think he's the Mr. Stitt or Governor Stitt, if you think Mr. Cox is the best person to put in that place, I'd like to know why. And if you just appointed him because he was easy to move from another agency or something, then let me know that. But I think we need somebody that's from the industry to advise him.
Yeah, it would be nice if they had somebody in that building that had some clue about cannabis of some kind.
I know.
Other than they see it on the news. And it's
remember
bad.
Early on, the people who were, I believe it was the legal staff, all went to Colorado to kind of find out how it goes there.
Yeah.
They didn't spend enough time
Julia
there.
Zell was one of those.
Yeah.
She went up there then.
But I don't think they stayed long enough to really figure out all the nuances. And you really can't unless you do it and then are affected by these rules.
Right. Well, we got to get something done.
Quickly.
It is beyond, the way I see it, it's just like it was last year with the no flower and the pharmacist in every dispensary. We'd run into a wall.
Right.
We've hit that wall again.
Yes.
I'm wondering, has anyone yet asked for an opinion from the Attorney General on what they've done? And the reason I say that is because if you look at last year, when this happened, the Attorney General was asked his opinion and he basically slapped them down, told them they couldn't do this. In his opinion, he also said they couldn't regulate things like delivery, but yet now they've regulated delivery.
Where did they come up with that?
So I'm wondering if he could do another opinion scolding them for going against his last opinion, or if the fact that I think it's 1030 has something in there that just allows the OMMA to regulate at will, that the lawmakers put in there, if that overrides any view of the Attorney General. You're the one that would know this, who do we see to get an opinion? I want an opinion from the Attorney General as to whether or not what they're doing is legal. How do we go about that?
I think that's going to happen with, I know it happened with the injunction against releasing the patient database. and he asked the Attorney General for an opinion on that. And
Has he gotten that opinion?
yeah, he agreed with Ron, and it
But-
has to be addressed next year in legislation.
But did you see what Ron said yesterday about that in the video?
What?
That I don't remember saying anything about an Attorney General opinion. I remember him saying that the lawyers from the OMMA contacted him and said they were okay. They weren't going to try anything. They were okay with going along with the injunction, but that the lawyers for public safety or for the police were demanding it, and they were actually trying to get his case thrown out because they wanted it so bad.
Okay, so at that point when he was talking, I was a long way from him, but I think we need to sit in the same room with the public safety lawyers, because maybe we're talking about semantics here. How much access do they want? Do they just want the same access number like a dispensary has to verify you're a patient?
They already have that.
I get that. Yes, we know. But if that's what they're thinking that they need, I'm okay with that. But they want the whole damn list, and that's privacy.
Right. You're saying if they just wanted permission to use that number, they can already use, but if they needed permission to cover their butt, that would be okay. But yeah, as you say, that's not what they want. They want it all.
They want all of it so that they can add it to the OLEDs, so they can pull it behind you and see if you're a patient. That's what they want.
I hate to say it, but I agree. I mean, and I've heard a lot about how that's scare tactics.
They don't do that to sex offenders.
No, they don't. But they sure the heck want to justify that they want to do it to cannabis users so they can see if you're intoxicated. But
oh, well, and we didn't even address that yet. We've got to fix that yet.
You mean the DUI law?
The DUIs.
Oh yeah, that's definitely got to be a major priority. So
I am dealing with a case out of Stillwater right now. A young man that is mentally challenged, but because he had gotten his card and gotten on cannabis, he got rid of all the benzos and psychotropics, and was working, was happy, was comfortable, was driving, and guess what?
What?
Stillwater's best came up behind him and told him he was DUI. And he doesn't understand. He thinks DUI means he drank alcohol or took drugs.
Right.
And he's like, no, Mama, I did not drink. I did not do drugs. And she's a little bit challenged with it all too. And so she doesn't understand what that means. But I tried to explain to her that in his urine right now, he is legally DUI from cannabis. And guess what? They're telling him he has to go back on the benzos, that he can't pee positive. He's going to be monitored by the district attorney's office, and he won't be able to drive to work. So I guess he's going to lose his job. 19, and, first job.
All because, why? I can't come up with one justification for destroying someone's life like that.
I know.
This has got to stop. It really does. I'm looking for some comments here, but
hell, it's middle of the day and it's on a Saturday. They're all out shopping.
It's Friday.
Oh yeah. Shucks, I've lost days.
No, we have about 25 people watching. 24.
Oh, hi, 25 people.
Let's see.
So if you want to know something.
There you go.
Okay, yeah, I'll read.
See that?
If you want to know something, tell us on the deal. No one's business what the medication we take. All right.
See, now that I have actual internet, I can get everything online at the same time.
Right, I know. You're
not having any trouble.
Yeah, it's a miracle, isn't it? Cox
Well,
Cable.
Look, the last time I lived in a house that didn't show up with wheels on it was 20 years ago. So,
Yeah, could you handle this real floor here? Doesn't shake the house when you walk.
Yeah. Oh, I hear cars go by all the time and the house doesn't shake. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this guy, Cameron Ward, wants to sit-in protest in front of the governor's mansion. I thought about that, Cameron.
I was thinking that last night. But
I like the governor's mansion. Let's take a tour and then go sit outside.
I don't know if it should be the mansion, though. I'm thinking it needs to be an office wherever he's working. I guess if it's the governor's office at the Capitol, it needs to be there on days when we know he's there.
It's so shady and pretty at the mansion, though. Be comfortable there sitting on the lawn.
Well, maybe it needs
And we
to
can
be
do
a
the tour.
mansion,
Have you
but
done the tour
I
yet?
have not. But
Oh, you
now that I
should.
live here, first thing I'm going to do is go tour the governor's mansion.
It's a cool
My
house.
next residence.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, there's some news for you. All right.
Yesterday, probably could have won a seat.
Oh, so
Yeah,
whoops, I didn't turn that one down. So did you see any comments?
Oh, just comments. Nobody's asking any certain questions.
I bet they're not even talking to us, are they? They're talking to each
Probably
other.
to each other, yeah. Oh, he said there's an echoes. Sam said there's echoes.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no, maybe it's Eccles. I guess I need better
Eccles?
glasses.
Okay. Is Eccles watching too? Is that what he's saying?
I don't know. There's a question mark after it. Eccles for governor? Is that what he's saying?
Maybe.
Right.
That's a good idea.
I know.
That's a very good idea.
I hope so someday.
Oh, it is Friday the 13th.
Yes. And it's
Friday.
a full moon today.
Yeah.
Yes.
My son's first birthday was a Friday the 13th. The day before I got married was Friday the 13th. And they weren't the same day, by the way. They weren't. It wasn't the same weekend.
Right. You didn't pop a baby out right away.
No, not then.
Right.
No. Oh,
it is an echo.
All right, there is an echo.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
The room?
It's the room. Maybe I need to turn this down a little bit.
Well, we got to go into that little studio you're going to make then.
Yep.
Put some soundproofing on the wall.
Yeah.
Whoa. What was that?
Sorry, that was my phone. Okay, that's interesting.
No particular.
I need to call Ron. That was an interesting message. Talk about that off camera.
Okay,
though.
all right.
All right, so what else do you want to talk about?
Ron, you need to get some rest because I know I was up at 2 o'clock and you were up. And so when did you sleep?
He definitely needs to get some rest. He'll probably sleep till Monday. All right, Ron, if you're watching, give me a call. If not, if it doesn't ring in a few minutes, I'll be calling you. I just got a message, something I want to ask you about. So I'll see what I can do about getting that room set up. At least that room's carpeted. That should help with the echo.
It will.
I'll try and get that done this weekend so I can do the show from in there. So
since you live in town, I think you should take me to lunch coming all the way over to your house.
I think that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Okay.
And that's only like 3 miles away. So we can do that. All right. I'm going to take Norma to lunch. So what do we say? Until next time,
stay grumpy.
see you on the road.